Hi, McGowan artists. This week we're going to talk about perspective. And I know that we've talked about perspective before, and it is the way that you might see things to show distance in art. We're going to do it a little differently today. We're going to draw a picture of four snowmen, which are my favorite to do this time of year, even though we don't have snow in Texas right now. Um, I love this picture because it looks like these four snowmen are looking down on you as if you had fallen in the snow and they're just looking over to say, hey, what are you doing? Or looking at another little snowman and the view is looking up from the ground. So this is a fun way to show perspective in a different kind of angle. And I'm going to show you how to do this. So to start, you're going to need a square piece of paper. Now, an easy way to make a square piece of paper from paper that you have at home is to take a piece of regular size paper. I'm going to tilt this down. Fold it, the shorter side over to the longer side. So it creates a triangle, and then this extra part here, you're just going to cut off. And then when you open it up, you have your square. So that's an easy way to do it if you don't have square paper already, which isn't typically very common. All right, so to start with this, I do want you to use a pencil. That's always smart in case you need to erase it, and go lightly. So what I like to do, and I like to call it sketching, is that I just make real light sketch marks, and they might be kind of fuzzy looking, but then I know that later I can go back and lightly erase over it. So I'm in each corner going to make a part of a circle. So watch me do this. Really lightly. So I am going to hold it up because I don't know how well it's coming off on my camera. So I did it in each of the four corners. Now they don't have to be the perfect same size. In fact, these are going to end up being four different snowmen anyway, so I wouldn't expect that they would be absolutely perfect. I'm going to go ahead and use my Sharpie so that you can see better on the video to go over those lines I just made. You might want to draw the whole thing and then go back over your lines with a Sharpie afterward. So this is going to be the bottom or the base of my snowman. The next thing you're going to do is make another part of a circle on top. Now, for the snowman, it's going to look like they're looking down. So we don't want the whole circle to be perfectly on top. We're going to not show the bottom of it. So it's going to look like it's behind the big part, looking downwards. So to do that, all you have to do is just start on top of one, but just don't finish the circle. It's almost like you're making a hump or a big hill. So it's like you're going to make a circle, but the rest would be secretly underneath that other ball. And like I said, they don't have to be perfect, just kind of near each other. So now we've got the body of the snowman and one of the heads of it. They could have a pretend other middle circle, like the snowman book I have here, where there's three circles. But because they're looking downwards, you're only going to see the one closest to the bottom and the head. Okay, so now I've got a great start to this. So then with my pencil, but I'm just going to go ahead and do a Sharpie for you, you're going to give each snowman a personality and detail. So you can go ahead and just take turns making different kinds of eyes. If you want it to just be solid, like charcoal eyes, and a little carrot nose, that's a great idea. But basically what you're going to do is that you are going to go over everything with a Sharpie or a marker, a black marker if you can, to outline it, almost like you're creating a coloring book. And we're going to do the main colors with crayons today. So you're going to do the drawing there, If I want to give him a little fun little hat, I'll draw that. And then maybe I'll give him some buttons. Now, on the button part, I want to keep in mind again that anything down below is bigger because it's looking down. So if you were laying underneath these snowmen, then the bigger the button would appear to be a little bigger and get smaller as it gets towards the head. It's all a perspective. Make a little button dots. And maybe this one I'll even have him have a little scarf. Details are encouraged. And see how I make it get skinnier as it gets farther away. So always think it. This project is kind of easy to do, I feel, if you just kind of turn it to work with you to make each part closer to you. It'll help you get a better perspective. This eyes, I'm going to make his eyes look like he's looking somewhere. Carrot nose, or whatever you want. Give him a little hat. I'm going to give him a little hat, sort of like Frosty. So if I'm going to do that, I'm actually going to cover part of the top of his head. I don't want you really coloring a whole lot in with the marker unless it's just something like buttons or eyes or just a little tiny bit of the hat. But the rest of it, I'd like it to be outlined. Think about, like I said, like if you were making a coloring book. And then I'll have buttons for him. You know what, maybe I'm just going to do some charcoal. So I'm going to do a little bigger, and then I'm going to color them in black later. And then I can give him a scarf too. So then the third one. All you're doing, just to have fun, is you're just trying to think of different ways to make your snowman. Maybe instead of a carrot nose, I'll make this one just be a piece of charcoal. Let's see, I'll do square buttons on this one. But remember, medium, a little bigger. Maybe, I'm trying to think what kind of hat to be fun. I'll make this one maybe more of a kind of almost like a baseball cap. And then this one. This one have a flower. Okay, I just realized I need to have some stick arms. So the arms are, if you look at the ones I did here, I'm having them all go up, like you would see them from laying, if you're laying in between all these snowmen, you're going to look up. So I just kind of have stick arms going up in the air, and even a couple crisscrossing if you need to. So I'm going to make arms, and they're sticks, so you can decide how intricate you want it to be. Sticks are very natural and never perfect, so have fun with it. If you want them to even hold something, that would be kind of fun too. Okay, so I made some fun designs, and then what I'm going to do too is I'm going to make some various sizes of circles because I want it to look like it's snowing. After you do that and add your details, I want you to use crayons to color it in, everything but the snow. So I do want you to think about the sky, the details that you've added. We're not just going to use pencil and stop, okay? So I really want you to do your best for this. You can decide if it's day or night. So this one I'm going to color the background like a light blue, but be real careful. color in the same direction so it looks a little neat. And I'm not coloring and scribble scrabbling. I'm still making sure that my snow flakes will stay white. So I'm going to continue to color on this until it looks finished like this. I even colored the sticks brown, the noses orange if they were carrots, and I really just had fun, and that's what I want you to do also. So for your assignment this week, I want you to draw 4 snowmen looking down as if you're laying underneath them and they're looking at you and saying, hey, what are you doing? And they all have a different, you can make them have different personalities, and I want you to color it in, especially the sky, so it looks like you're looking up at the sky. Have fun, and I cannot wait to see what your prospective snowmen look like.